Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. This crazy study I looked at the other day, right? I just felt like I'd share it with you, you know, just to add to your insight. So I was around the net snooping around looking at testosterone, biochemistry, fucking hypertrophy, things like that. And I saw the study, and everybody knows testosterone, you know, builds muscle, right? Everybody knows if you take an average person, you cut his testosterone levels in half, just in half, you know, it's gonna affect the speed at which you can recover and retain protein and things like that. It's gonna affect this protein synthesis. Everybody knows that. And we also know that steroids, you know, which is injected with testosterone, you know, give you a crazy fucking boost, right? And but a lot of us don't understand the extent to which testosterone does that. I love testosterone as a hormone itself, because you guys know I'm big on the alpha nature, masculinity, things like that. So I love anything that has to do with testosterone. So I was looking at that study, and for those of you guys wondering why I don't take steroids, I already made videos about that. Why I would never take steroids, I made videos about that. So, you know, it has nothing to do with, you know, health issues or things like that. It's just my mindset, just the way I am. I made a video about that anyway. But I looked at the study, and I'm hoping most of you guys know how testosterone works. So I'm hoping you know how it works. One of the main functions of testosterone, because it does a lot of fucking things, but one of the main functions of testosterone is nitrogen retention, right? It helps your muscle cells, your body cells retain nitrogen, which is the building block of every fucking thing. You know, like, you know, your protein. When you eat protein, it's because of the nitrogen in the protein. A lot of people wonder what makes protein so different than carbs and fats, because protein has nitrogen. I made a lot of videos about that. So your body breaks down the the protein to amino acids. It's the amino acids that have the nitrogen. If you look at the molecular structure of carbs and fat, it's just CHO and things like that. There's no N, there's no nitrogen, and your body can't just get it out of the fucking air. It has to get it from food. That's what makes protein so fucking important, is you know, it comes with that nitrogen. So what testosterone does is, when you eat protein, you digest the protein, your protein synthesis goes up because your body's using the protein to synthesize new muscle. Testosterone allows, but also a lot of the nitrogen is being wasted, right? When your body's doing protein synthesis, it's not using all of it. What testosterone does is it keeps the nitrogen locked inside the muscle cells. So your cells have, like, you know, so I don't know what number to give you, but like almost fucking 20 times the amount of nitrogen it will have if it wasn't because of testosterone. That's why this bodybuilder guy, you gotta eat a lot of protein. If you're a bodybuilder and you inject testosterone and you don't take any, you know, say you don't take any protein at all, you're not gonna see any gains, right? You're not gonna see a lot of gains because your body needs the nitrogen to work. The testosterone needs the nitrogen to work. So that's one of the functions of testosterone. It also does other things, like it lowers myostatin and, you know, promotes IGF-1 proliferation. IGF-1 expression and mRNA, all that nerdy shit. I don't want to go into the fucking details. But anyway, back to that study. So, they wanted to see how powerful testosterone is. So they took 3 groups of people. One group just worked out it was a 10-week long study. One group just worked out using the most optimum, you know, training routines, you know, recovery period, intensity, everything, you know, all the good stuff, heavy compound movements. The second group just took worked out the same routine as the first group, but they took testosterone, right? Like 600, like a lot of fucking testosterone. The third group just sat on the ass and took testosterone, right? So you got one group that worked out natty, one group that worked out with testosterone, you know, like most bodybuilders, and one group that just took testosterone and sat home and ate fucking chips all day, right? Normal diet. At the end of the 10 weeks, everybody knows, you know, the group that took testosterone and worked out is going to have the most gains. That put on 14 pounds of muscle. That's a lot of muscle, right? 14 pounds of muscle in 10 weeks. That's roughly, that's like 10 divided by 4. That's like 2.5 months, right? Now, the group who worked out without testosterone or natty put on 4 pounds of muscle. So it's a 10-pound difference, right? 4 pounds of muscle. The group that just took testosterone and sat on the ass put on 7 fucking pounds of muscle, guys. Look, do the math. The group who just took testosterone and didn't work out at all, no physical activity, put on 3 pounds more muscle than the group who worked out, like us motherfuckers. Right? The natty guys who just train and fucking take away protein and all that bullshit. The group who just sat on the ass and took testosterone had 7 pounds of muscle gain, just sitting down on the fucking couch. And the ones who worked out just gained 4 pounds. That's to show you the power of fucking testosterone, how fucking crazy it is, you know. And I was looking at the study and I was like, God damn. And another thing a lot of people forget about testosterone is one of its functions is it allows your cellulite cells to multiply like crazy. Cellulite cells are what come in and you know, help your muscles grow bigger and stronger after injury or microchips from working out. I made a video about the whole nucleus thing, right? Nucleus, when you work out, you overtrain the muscle, you increase the satellite cell activation. And the good thing about the nucleus thing is, even after you stop training for up to over 10 years, right? The nucleus still stays. The nucleus doesn't go away. So your muscle will break down and get smaller from not training, but the amount of extra nucleus will stay there. And I made a video explaining how the more nuclei a muscle cell has, the more nuclei muscle has, the faster it grows. And so when you start working out, you get these crazy gains in proportion to the amount of nuclei you have, but then you reach your fucking plateau, because your body has to make more nuclei for you to support the extra growth. See, the nuclei is like the fucking workers to build a castle. You have 10 workers, you're gonna build a castle at a certain rate, but you get to a point where it doesn't matter how many more bricks you give the workers, how much more money you give them, they can't work any faster. You gotta hire more workers. Same thing with the nuclear thing. The thing about testosterone, people that take steroids, is even after they stop taking steroids, because of testosterone, they still have these crazy amount of nuclei, right? So when they stop training and stop taking steroids, they lose their muscle mass, but the nuclei stays there. So even if they go back into the gym again, right, they're like, oh, I'm all clean now. It doesn't fucking matter. They're still gonna have an advantage over the person who doesn't take steroids, because they have that extra nuclei. It's windy as fuck, guys. Moving my whole car and shit on the highway. So anyway, that study is amazing, guys. Like, just to show you and then that group of people who just took steroids on the ass, they didn't train and put on 7 pounds of muscle. If they go to the gym anytime within the next 10 years, they're gonna get ridiculous gains. That's what people say, oh, I didn't take steroids in it's been like 5 years. I'm all natty now. You took it before. You took it for life, nigga. But that's just a random study, guys, to show you guys the power of testosterone. So for you natties out there, keep working hard and keep training, but just know how much of a disadvantage you're in, all right? I'm out of here. Dominant discipline direction. Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. Really quick video on how to get bigger arms. The best exercises for bigger arms from a scientific point of view, because obviously, once again, I look at bro science and science. Certain things you just can't look at based on anecdotes. You can't tell what's the best exercise for biceps as far as